I'm joined by Cray's manager Alan Dowson after this afternoon's 0-0 draw away at Cray. Alan, you look at the league table. Before the game, you'd have taken a point, but you disappointed away with just one.
First off, I thought we had some really good. I thought we played well. I'm delighted with the performance. We had a good chance at the end there, but apart from that, Thompson never got tested. We had Alan Goodout, who's been on top form. One of the players of hers. We've got Tom Hutch, who starts every game for us. So we knew that going to start like so we had to put Daly in, who could shift there, Geary, and but I thought Guy Mack was outstanding. I thought he was our best player. He's back to Guy Mack from last season. He's had a canny season, Gary, but like, outstanding, which I was saying week in, week out last season. I thought he was back to date, to be honest, even then. I thought he took the captain's performance on his shoulders. But yes, I was delighted. I thought first off we've had some good chances there and hit and rattle the crossbar. And Ryan's rattled the crossbar, who's had a decent game as well, and he should have scored. And you got Hooks and you got Sam, who should have scored. And so you look at that, you're disappointed, to be honest. But as I was walking off, Hamzy and Martin said, "Listen, those were doing great here." And the right second half, we had a spell, I thought, but defensive-wise, excellent. I just thought we could have done maybe a bit better from wider areas, and obviously scoring goals. But it's a coming way here with the injuries we've got at the minute. I've got to say we've had a lot of, we've lost 1 in 6, but they're still coming for a lot of stick lately. And I think the last 2 away games, Lewis in here, we haven't done bad, and that's 2 good points. It's really looking forward to Monday night, to be honest, against the leaders. I think it's a great game for the lads to play, and we're looking forward to it.
The substitutions you made today towards the end, you went with 2 up front towards the end of the game. That's an indication that we were really going for the 3 points, and you weren't settling for just one.
I never settled for one. We're doing good 1 up front, we're going 3 up front, and one of the things I've done when I've won championships or promotions, I've always went every game trying to win it. I'd never go for a point and ask the lads on the side. We argue because I always say, listen, it's 10 minutes ago, let's go for a point. No, we're going to 10 minutes ago, let's win the game. Hamzy come out with us and said, listen, put 2 up front and we're going to win it here, and I totally agree with him, and we've done it. And we never settle for anything here. I just believe if you play a football match in 90 minutes, you may as well go and try to win the thing. And if you've got trust in your players and you believe in your players can do that, I think that's what we've got to try to do, and I really did think we could go on and win it, knowing that we might have 1 or 2 chances there, but I thought defensively we've done very, very well, again, and I'm delighted about that. Now, if we start scoring goals, we're not too far off as a team. If you look at that side we've got there, and 1 or 2 tweaks in it, we're not that bad, we're not that far off to where we want to be. So it's working towards that this year, next year, and it's actually getting the blend right, and once we get the blend right, I think we'll be okay. I'm not looking at the whole settle thinking, I need a brand new team. Yes, the contract's over at the end of the season, we've said that, and some of them are trying to earn a new one, but I'm looking, I think, well, I'm not that bad, we're not that too far off. Once we get a couple of tweak here, tweak there, put a couple of goals away, and I think one day we'll hammer somebody, I really do. I think that,
There's a familiar face back in the starting lineup today, Sahid Sanko. Perhaps an unfamiliar position for the Case fans to see him in, slightly off the front pair.
He was doing a great job at Corinthian Casuals, and Kimmy Harris was mentioning it, and every week we're saying he's been top player, top player, top player. We thought we lacked somebody in there who's actually going to give a spark, or when he done it in the second half where he drove forward, and that one in the first half, and the referee, again, bloody refs, give a free kick. When he's actually driving on, we've missed that. We've passed a lot of balls backwards and squares, but we haven't had and I thought Ryan Wood's done it well as well, where you get it and you think he's going to drive on here and put pressure on their back four. We always think this season that midfield has been, let's get the cards on the table, one of the weakest links where we get people running past us, but we never do it to them. So we just try to get a shape where we're saying, okay, get some midfield players who can run past people and drive on, and we haven't had that, and I think them 2 have done it very well in there, with Simon Huckle doing an excellent role holding. That's what I thought worked well today. Yeah, I really did.
You mentioned injuries earlier. What's the latest on Tom Bird, or the early prognosis on him?
I don't know. Hopefully he'll be alright. If it's a kick, he's got a chance of being alright, and keep your fingers crossed, but which could be alright. Having good, we don't think well. And Birdie Bart's 3 back 4 regulars who are out, so when it's like that and the chips are down, and we've just had an awful result against Concord, it's hard to come to places like this where you've got to run and think we'll create top 5 side, lower stuff, top side. You've got to have your bit of, I said there, let our season start now. Wherever we finish this season, and with 15 games to go, let's kick on and make sure that we set standards and start playing well again. Well, I could look at 7 or 8 players out there today who give everything for the club. I could say they've actually run their knackers into the ground. I don't know, I've said that many times on here and a lot this year, but I'll tell you what, we've run ourselves in the ground, I've got no complaints. I've been quite critical, but today we wanted to make it a fresh start, and I thought we ran ourselves into the ground, and I'm very proud of them, and I thought we've done very well. And again, I thought it was excellently led by Gary Mack, who I thought was outstanding for it.
On Monday's game, is there slightly less pressure on Monday's game, given that we're slightly off the pace in the playoff runs, and we can just go into the game and enjoy it and play our football?
Well, that's what we've got to try to get a point across here, and come on, prove yourself. And again, we took 4 points off them last year, so we'll be looking forward to the game. It's long way to travel, but that really means nothing because we travelled a long way last year and got a good point. But I think it's a great game forward to go and test ourselves against the best in the league and seeing how far are we off and all that, you know. And with the games coming up, they're all going to be tough, and I think we prefer them ones, and I think the players do, management do, and I think supporters do. We prefer the games like that. I think it'll be a decent crowd. Obviously a very top side, and we're fully looking forward to having the game. But yes, I think the pressure is off because nobody's good with anything. Even if 15-45 points is still a lot of, it's looking a bit doubtful on that side. But it's not, you know, you want to get 3 points against the top sides. That's what you want to do, roughly. You know.
So the players are looking doubtful. Are you worried about the drop?
Yes, Simon. Obviously, with a comedian like yourself on board, I kind of got wrong there. But no, Simon, I just wish you would get stuffed and leave me alone. And I think that's the worst pun ever. I'm going to bring back Tim Wells. See you later.